So this graph is going to be a piecewise. I hope you watched the previous video about increasing, decreasing, or constant intervals. So we're going to take a look at graphing our own piecewise function, and then we're going to take a look at where the intervals on which the function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. So let's take a look. If you haven't watched my video on graphing a piecewise, you might want to go back and do that. This might make more sense if you've already watched the other one. So we're going to go ahead and put a line, and again I'm going to put kind of a dashed line where I see this first function, which is y is equal to x. So there's my y is equal to x, going right through the 45 on the graph, through the 45 degrees. And I'm only going to get to keep that which is greater than or equal to 1. So I'm going to keep everything greater than or equal to 1. So there goes that stuff. And or equal to means I'm going to color in. So I'm going to make this a little bit darker. There's that part of the line I get to keep. Okay, there's that one. Now let's take a look at this function, the second pathway, which is really just the function y is equal to negative 3x. Right? And of course the y-intercept, the y-intercept is 0, so I'm going to go down, I'm going to put a point there, I'm going to go down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. Now, here's my line, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the only part I get to keep is that which is lined up with the x less than 1, x less than 1, so here I go. This is what I get to keep, x less than 1. Now notice it's less than, not or equal to, so this is going to be open, and that makes sense, right? If the one right above it, lined up vertically above it, is closed, then that one would have to be open, and therefore I have obviously a function. Because it's function notation, it's definitely going to have to pass the vertical line test. So let's take a look at the intervals now. Directions say sketch the graph. We did that. Identify any interval, okay, on which the function is increasing, decreasing, looks like it needs a space there, which the function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. Let's see, where is this function increasing? The function is increasing on the interval, this is right, going through at 1, from 1 to infinity. Now, in this particular case, I can put including 1 because it's actually at a point, and we know that's a linear function, and so we know that that point 1 is actually increasing. Most of the time we just leave the actual turning point or the end point off, especially a turning point. We don't include those, but we're going to take a look at those later on. Let's see where the function is decreasing. The function is decreasing. Well, if my ant were crawling from left to right, then he'd be going this way, and he would be going downhill from negative infinity, and he would stop going downhill at 1. Now this time 1 is not included because we never really get to 1 because of the open circle. So 1 is not included there. And then the last bit would be, is there a place where the ant is actually going horizontally across? Constant? No. So there are my intervals where the function is increasing and decreasing. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.